In this video, we'll look at how to import some of the most common question types into the system from a Microsoft or RTF document. These include true-false, multiple choice, multiple response, and multi-mode questions. For questions to be imported correctly, your document must be formatted in a specific way. A complete style guide is available upon request. The document structure uses question type headings and question information tags to identify the different components of the content. A document begins with a title followed by question type headings and questions. When you're writing true-false questions, begin with a true-false question type tag. Each question starts with a question number and a period. Next is the question text. On the line below the question text is the answer, which is made up of the answer tag and the answer itself. The answer tag is ANS:. The answer appears after the colon. For true-false questions, you only need to enter T for true or F for false. Capitalization doesn't matter. The answer tag can be all caps, all lowercase, or a mix of both. The same goes for the answer itself. The T's and F's can be lower or uppercase. For multiple choice questions, start with the multiple choice tag. Each question starts with a question number and question text. Below the question text are the answer choices, which are made up of a letter, a period, and the text of the choice. All answer choices within a question type section must use the same case. In this example, all the answer choices are lowercase. The answer comes after the choices. For the answer, you enter the letter that corresponds to the correct answer. The case of the answer doesn't matter. A multi-mode question is a question that can be displayed on a test either as a multiple choice question, an objective short answer question, or a subjective short answer question. Multi-mode questions can easily be toggled between their three modes, allowing you to easily increase or decrease the difficulty level of the question. You write multi-mode questions just as you would a multiple choice question. The only difference is the question type heading. Creating a multiple response question is similar to creating multiple choice and multi-mode questions. The only difference is that multiple response questions may have more than one answer. As always, you need a question type heading before the questions. You enter the question and the answer choices just as you would a multiple choice question. In the answer tag, instead of one letter, you may enter multiple letters separated by a comma. In this example, question 1 has 2 answers, while question 2 has 3. The student must select all the correct answers to receive points for the questions. There is no partial credit. By default, all questions are worth 1 point. If you want a different point value, use the points tag, which is PTS:. For example, question 2 will be worth 2 points because the point value is specified by the points tag. Because it does not have a points tag, question 1 will be worth 1 point. Remember that the answer tag is required and must be the first tag after the question. Other question information tags, including the points tag, can be placed in any order you like, as long as they come after the answer tag. See the tags video or the online help for more information. By default, multiple choice, multiple response, and multi-mode questions will be set to allow all the answer choices to scramble when they are imported. Sometimes you don't want all the answer choices to scramble. For example, if one of the answer choices is all of the above, that choice should always be the last choice. If you do not want a choice to scramble, put an exclamation point after the answer choice letter instead of a period. Having none of the above as an answer choice is another time you would want to use an exclamation point instead of a period. Also, if you have answers that refer to answer choice letters such as both A and B or both A and C, you want to make sure that those choices and the choices that they refer to don't scramble. In this case, options B, C, D, and E all use exclamation points. If you don't want any of the choices to scramble, replace all the periods after the answer choices with exclamation points. You can group your questions by type. In this example, all the multiple choice and true-false questions are together. When importing a document with questions grouped by type, the container you're importing into will also be set to organize questions by type. You can also mix different question types throughout the document. All you have to do is change the question type tag anytime you change to a different type of question. For example, this document starts with 2 true-false questions followed by 1 multiple-choice question. Next, there are 3 true-false questions and 1 more multiple choice. Mixing questions allows you to group questions any way you like. For example, you could group the questions by sections of content so that the question order is in line with the textbook or course content. Once your document is finished, you can import your questions into a new or existing question set or test. We're going to import into an existing set. To import the content, first make sure the set or test you're importing into is not open in the editor pane. Then right-click the container you want to import into. Click Import. Then click Word or RTF. In the Import dialog, click Choose File or Browse. Locate and select your file. Then click Open. After you've selected the file, click Upload. A progress bar will appear as the file is uploaded. After the import is complete, click OK. The import log will show you information about the import, including errors, warnings, and other details about what was imported. For our import, we received a warning that the Aptus font we used may not display correctly. So we'll want to open the set in the editor pane and review the content to verify that it looks okay. We can also see that 7 questions were imported. Let's click Done to finish the import. Now we can see that questions have been added to our set. And that's how to create and import true-false, multiple choice, multi-mode, and multiple response questions.